I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. I'll stop right there. Listen, if you guys really knew me, man, I love to sing. My wife is always fussing at me about singing. Well, listen, I'm not here to put on a concert today. We're going to be talking about housing affordability as a key election issue. And you're going to find out why I was singing that beautiful song by Whitney Houston here in just a moment. So if you're new to the channel, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that is making waves in the real estate market, and it's going to influence the upcoming elections, especially among younger voters. My name is Sean Gerald. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Charlotte Metro. I'm a broker owner. I am an Airbnb host. I'm an investor, and we talk about all things real estate on this channel. And sometimes we sing. No, I'm just kidding. No, we don't. But we do have a lot of fun. I grew up here in the Charlotte area. I'm a U.S. Marine. Hey, if you served, thank you for your service. And if you were in the Marine Corps, simplified all my hard charges out there. I really appreciate you, and thank you all for your service. Today, we're going to dive into housing affordability as a key election issue among Gen Z. There's an article that came out actually later last week that said that young people in the U.S. are really frustrated by the real estate market. And I definitely understand why. You know, when I got out the Marine Corps back in 1998, I bought my first home in 1999, right here in Charlotte in the university area. And I tell you what, listen, my interest rate back then with a VA loan, I think my initial rate anyway, but credit wasn't great, guys, okay? My initial interest rate was right around 7%, but my home only cost $144,000. To give you some context, that house was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath with 2,300 square feet on a 0.17 acre lot, a corner lot at that, in a brand new neighborhood, new construction. And I tell you what, I kept that home for a very long time. So you compare that with what we see today, where housing prices have risen significantly since COVID, and those interest rates are hovering right around where they were when I bought my home. Now, listen, to put things in perspective about the rates as well, you can do your own research and see for yourself that I'm not lying to you, okay? Interest rates, even today, are still historically low compared to what they were back in the 1980s, as high as 18% depending on credit. Now, the big difference, of course, is that housing prices are a lot higher than they were then. I could argue that salaries are also a lot higher than they were back then. But you be the judge of that. I'm not here to swear your opinion about whether you should buy a home or not. I want to talk about housing affordability. And it seems like this has actually become a top issue influencing Generation Z for their vote this year in November, according to the new survey by Redfin. Now, record high home prices, elevated mortgage rates, and expensive rents have made housing affordability a key issue. Now, listen, I've got a daughter that I'm very proud of. She just graduated from nursing school. And listen, she got her first job already, a great job at a hospital, which I'm so proud of her. But we were talking about her actually purchasing a home right now. Man, I had a call yesterday with a lady up in the Durham area, Durham, North Carolina. Her daughter's going to be a sophomore in college this year. And mom is actually a real estate agent in Virginia. She reached out to me about buying a home up in the Raleigh area and wanted to know if her daughter wanted a house hack and buy a quad, basically a unit with 4 doors, that her daughter could live in one of these and then rent out the other ones. And when I showed her the price points and the price range for a quad or a tri or duplex in the Raleigh area with these rates, mom called today and said, hey, you know what? I think we're going to wait. Okay. Now, her daughter's only 19 years old. It would have been amazing to see her buy a home this early, but they're going to wait to buy that home for her until she gets out of college and can pay her own way. But these kind of things are going to influence Gen Z in this election this year. And thankfully, the Democrats are actually going to do something about that this year. Now, listen, I'm not going to talk about my affiliation here on this video because that's not important. But I will say the Democrats are introducing some legislation that could help out. I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment. Now, for context, Gen Z are people that are between age 18 and 27, and they've ranked housing affordability as the most important issue to them. Now, the median home price in the U.S. right now at the end of May was right around $390,000. That's an all-time high, according to Redfin. Now, let's talk about Charlotte for a minute. We're going to zoom in a little bit closer to home and see what's happening in our local market. So right here in Charlotte, listen, this is insane, okay? I grew up here, man. It's nuts to say this. The median home price in Charlotte as of April was $432,000. Now, you heard me say a moment ago how much I paid for my first home. The median home price in Charlotte, North Carolina was $432,000, flat year over year, with homes selling for approximately the asking price on average. You can thank those New Yorkers and people coming from California that have sold their houses and come here and say, my God, that is so cheap. I want to offer well above the asking price, Sean. Go figure. Hey, Charlotte is changing a lot, but that's our median price as of April of 2024. Now, despite this being a seller's market, there are some signs of change with increased housing supply throughout the Charlotte area and throughout some southern regions of the country. Now, in neighborhoods like South Park, Plaza Midwood, there's significant interest and investment due to their blend of luxury, amenities, and a vibrant community lifestyle. Listen, these areas are absolutely fantastic. When I was a kid, I actually got bussed out to the South Park area. I went to Huntingtown Farms Elementary as my first school back in 1976. Yeah, I just told you how old I was. Do the math. I was 5, okay? 1976. But I went to Huntingtown Farms Elementary. Junior high school, I was bussed out there again. Quail Hollow Junior High School. So I spent some good time out in the South Park area. And I tell you what, listen, great malls, great shopping, great restaurants. But if you're going to anticipate living in that area, you can expect that you're going to pay a pretty good penny to live in South Park, because it's just, listen, it is hands down one of the better areas in the Charlotte Metro when it comes to school, living, lifestyle, you name it. You're going to pay to be there. Plaza Midwood, my office right now is in Plaza Midwood, zip code 28205. Walkability is great, lots of pubs, restaurants, breweries, you name it. These are some great areas with great lifestyles. Areas like Ballantyne, for example, or Belmont, North Carolina, offer growth potential and very family-friendly environments, attracting a wide range of buyers and investors there as well. When you think about Belmont, you think about like Lake Wiley, for example, right? You think about downtown Belmont, where I love to go to Nellie's and the String Bean. Nellie's is actually owned by the Jonas Brothers, okay? It's a great restaurant there in Belmont, small town feel, but it's growing though. We're also seeing housing prices out there start to explode in Belmont, because you do have some great amenities like Lake Wiley, easy access back to the airport. So Belmont, if you're thinking about moving to the area, could be a great place for you to live. But let's talk about our young people, okay? They are concerned about housing affordability. Let's get a little national perspective and election impact. So nationally, housing affordability is crucial because despite a strong economy, buying a home feels impossible for most Americans. This is particularly true for our young people, who have seen the cost of a starter home increase twice as fast as incomes. Now, about 12% of Gen Z respondents believe they will never own a house. That is a stark contrast to what we've always been told was the American dream, and that is home ownership. So listen, let's pray for Gen Z, okay? We want them to experience what it feels like to own a home. You know, we were always told that buying a home was the first step in the start to building equity and building wealth. I know for me, it changed my life, being able to buy a home so young, coming out of the Marine Corps, and being able to sell that home with a ton of equity here in Charlotte, yeah, and then buy more homes with that money, okay? That is outstanding, and we hope and pray that Gen Z, that the economy changes so that things can work out for Generation Z and for you too, okay? I'm not going to you millennials and so on and so forth out there, so that you guys can also buy homes if you're renting right now, okay? If you look around the Charlotte Metro, you see apartment buildings. Listen, they are rising really fast. You also see new construction, what I call build-to-rent communities that are popping up all over Charlotte. I was very thankful the other day. I did see one community out in Indian Trail Indian Trail. Listen, we've got an Indian Trail and an Indian Land. Okay, one's in South Carolina, one's in North Carolina. But out in Indian Land, North Carolina, out in Indian Trail, North Carolina, my God, we saw a builder that was doing a build-to-rent community all of a sudden change course last month and decide that they're now going to do offer 99 of their townhomes for sale. I was so happy about that. I saw a D.R. Horton neighborhood, literally right by where I live, that they completed build to rent. Well, we thought they were going to sell these homes at the last minute. They decided to rent out all of these homes. So thankfully and hopefully that sentiment is going to change with investors and they continue to build homes because people want home ownership. Taylor Morrison just purchased, I believe 50 to 60 acres up by North Lake Mall here in Charlotte, zip code 28269. And they're going to build 380 plus build to rent townhomes right by North Lake Mall. So this is happening in our city. Well, guess what? I mentioned early on that the Democrats had a proposal, okay? In response to these challenges, President Joe Biden, his administration is proposing a $10,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers. Now, this initiative does aim to make home ownership more accessible and alleviate some of the financial burdens that our young people are having. Gen Z, listen, they're fighting for you, all right? Guys, in closing, as we approach the elections, it is very clear that the real estate market and housing affordability are going to be pivotal issues, especially for young people. Now, whether you're in Charlotte or anywhere else, these trends are going to shape our future. Now, if you found this video helpful and insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please, helps me out, helps the channel out, helps us grow, and helps more people find us. Hit that bell notification for more updates on the real estate market and how it's going to impact you guys. Listen, I'll see you on the next video. My name is Sean Gerald with Lifestyle International Realty here in Charlotte, North Carolina, one of the few natives you're going to see selling real estate here. Hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Let's go get it.